here, and the first week we went to this church, this bilingual American church, Calvary Church, and we kind of liked it. They're very biblical, so it's a pretty good church. And they asked for asked people if you wanted prayer after the service. So we went up, and a guy prayed with us who lived in the States. He's an American Hungarian, I think. And so after we prayed, we just kind of asked, does he know any kind of
English Bible studies?
Yeah, English Bible studies. So he said, yeah, there is one, Aaron, the guy's name who's leading it. And so I kind of asked him what he does here, because he's English, and I wondered what kind of jobs are out there for grace. But he said he works for Jews for Jesus, and we were kind of blown right away, because before we got here, the possibility of Jewish outreach came up. Like my good friend Trevor, who was at my wedding, he's the director of Good News for Israel, and he said if we did any kind of Jewish outreach, they might be able to do some fundraising for us. So it was kind of there, as an option, always. And even when we went to Bethany, to the States, there were 2 teams from Bethany who went to Hungary for Jewish outreach. So it was kind of in the air, I think, right? Well,
yeah.
So we thought, that's cool. It's probably from God. So we met with the guy, went to Bible study. It's a really cool Bible study. Everybody's from all over the world. Mostly U.S. and Canada, right? And England. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we talked to him. He was really happy too, because they've been praying for workers. So he got us in touch with Avi Schneider, who is the European director of Jews for Jesus. And we met with him, but it turns out that he lives just on the corner from our apartment.
It's less than a minute walking.
Yeah. You don't have to put a coat on to walk over to his place. And so that was a big thing, and we met with him, and he had invite-only Bible study we are going to. He disciples mostly Jewish believers there for Jewish outreach, and so we started to talk to him and meet with him, just what they do, and they've been praying for workers because they need Hungarian speakers for discipling new believers, and also to reach out to non-believers. And the funny thing is that they are Jewish-focused outreach. So they reach out to non-Jews and Jews, but mostly Jewish people, because they believe that God has a plan with the Jewish nation, of course, and they want to make as many disciples as they can. And Hungary has the biggest Jewish population in Europe, which is between 80,000 to 110,000. Plus, the nationalist part is kind of getting stronger, so the Jewish people, I think, are getting more oppressed, so it's the perfect time for Jewish outreach. And so we started talking and talked with Trevor, and we've been praying about what's this all about. And we came to the conclusion that God might want us in full-time ministry. So we are working on that right now, because Good News for Israel, Trevor's ministry, we can be missionaries for them, for Jews for Jesus. Because Jews for Jesus, we cannot be on staff unless we are Jews, which we are not. But we are circumcised in the heart, right? So.
But he said that we could treat us as staff.
Yeah.
So we're basically staff, just not, I don't know, is it a title difference or something?
I don't know, maybe responsibilities.
It's just we have different responsibilities.
Yeah, but we will be missionaries for Jews for Jesus, so we do it street evangelizing and follow-up work, meeting with people, and they're going to push us to a training too. They have a very cool training, and they're very serious about what they do. They call them the Marines of Jewish outreach, because they are very serious. They send us the papers, and long paper, everything written down on paper. They're very
organized.
Oh yeah, very organized. This apartment where we are right now, before we got to Hungary, I kind of prayed to the Lord that He knows where He wants us, but if He wants us in Hungary, then I know about this apartment. It's my old classmate's apartment. He owns it, and I knew about it. So I kind of prayed, if this apartment is empty, then we're going to take it as a sign to come here. And it was empty. But my dad came here when we were in Canada, and he didn't like it because it's kind of small and not enough sunshine and stuff. and he went for a month looking for apartments, and he couldn't find like anything better. So we just came here, and we really like it. It's a nice apartment. But the funny part is, it turns out that the European director lives a block away. So it was definitely from God. Now, today we are going for a outreach. It's called Haver. It's a service, and they invite believers and unbelievers, and there's a service for them and basically ministry for them. So, and the guy said, Avi, he's a really cool guy, and he said if we successfully go to full time, well, he really wants us. He wants to work with us, but we're gonna be involved with 2 big outreaches in the summer, one in Berlin, Germany, and the other here in Budapest, like a 2-week huge outreach. There are literally a lot of homeless people here in the capital city, and I have some really good conversations and interactions with them, and they just really find it surprising when someone goes up to them and cares about them. So I was able to share with them and just really love on them. And we got in touch with Golgotha, this Calvary Church's homeless ministry, and we went to their place. And they said if we have time and if we want, we can do like English class for the homeless people. So we're gonna go next week and probably talk about that too. The way you can pray for us is we really need prayer for this full-time ministry, going into full-time ministry, because we need to raise funds and also legal things. Like our ministry is in America, and none of us are Americans, and also work, because we could look for a job and work, but I'm not sure how the Lord wants us now. So we really need a lot of prayer in that area. I think work and ministry for sure.